Alright, I turned these on yesterday. I believe it was about 3 o'clock. I did put it on video. And right now, today is Tuesday, if I believe. It is, yes, Tuesday, January 7th. And it is 2 minutes to noon. So it's 11:58. And as you can see, they're still on. They're dim, but they're still on. So they seem to be that they would probably hold up for about 24 hours. How bright, like I say, they're a little bit dimmer now than they were. But they're still lit. In a dark atmosphere, they would still be okay. You know, I mean, they're not designed to give you reading light anyway. They're just more or less like mood lighting, if that's what you want to call it. All right, so anyway, what am I doing here? I am, oh, it's the wood burn. I'm charging up this frequency counter. I have to get a bench counter. That's all there is to it. That little one is okay, but it's really not an inline counter. It's all right for just putting it up next to a radio, alongside of a radio, to get a pretty good guesstimation. As to what the frequency would be on the radio. But there's nothing like having an inline counter. So I got to start looking for one. But I also have to slow down a little bit because I have definitely gone nuts over the last, well, actually the past year. I mean, I've been going crazy. I've been spending money like I have it. And it's not a good thing to be doing. All right, what I need to do is I fixed this so that it's charging. This is a Coast Guard radio, wherever the hell I put it. Oh, here it is. This is a Coast Guard radio. It's made by, what do you call it? Vortex, or what? It's a Yaesu, basically. Yaesu has been around a long time. They are and we're a leader in satellite and all that kind of stuff. GPSs for the marine use. WAS, which is your wide area augmentation system. That's the accuracy of the GPS over the standard GPS. Everything out there now is basically that. But when it first came out, it was advertised heavily as what it was. Alright, so we have yellow. This is that iridescent metal flake. They call it gold. I guess it's got a little bit of a gold tint to it. You really can't see the flake in there, the metallic, like you can in the red. And then I was making a brown, but I used these two colors with a green in order to get it. And so even though it's brown, it's a little off, but it's still brown that I can use. So just testing some of those colors to see how they look. These are washes that I'm going to be using. Basically, it's a little bit of paint with a lot of water. So I'm waiting for the free counter to get going here. Power, I can hook this up to power. That's not a big deal. Let me turn off the radio because I'm going to take the antenna off it. Now this is an SMA connector on here. So I need to go SMA, and I probably have one over here already to, well, if I don't, I should have one over here. I've got a BNC, but I have no SMA. Those are pins. I should put those with the ribbons and medals over there. Alright, anyway, someday I'll get all those together and put them into one spot. It's not that I don't respect them and appreciate them. It's just that, you know, they start getting shuffled around with everything else in here. And anyway, next thing you know, they're lost. Let's put this over here. Again, we'll be coming to get a catch-all. If you noticed, my theory, here's another ribbon. Put that over here. If you notice, my theory here of doing things is clean this bench off by throwing it on that bench. And then when I need that bench, I start just throwing that someplace else on another bench. Gradually, one or two pieces get put away. But if they got put away like they were supposed to, let me put these over here. There. They probably wouldn't be in the shape that they're in. Like this stuff, for instance. These are chokes for shotguns. Why do I have them over here? Now those are punches. Those can stay here. But that's another container I can use. So let me put that over there for now. These are actually handy to have. They're little plugs. Plug in and it gives you an on-off switch. So they're kind of handy to have. But that's not helping. These are remotes for the light out there, the spotlight. That used to be a searchlight on my boat. But I'm still not seeing these should be over there. Yeah, or on the floor. What the hell is this? Oh, this is the actual bag for the 3D camera, or the 360 camera. I couldn't find it, so I took the one that I had there. Does this even work anymore? Yeah, it does. A little weak, but it'll work. Now here I am looking for something, and I'm finding everything else. A handle. If you're ever going to get a portable solder iron, the electric ones are okay, but in the wind and cold weather, they really suck. You want to get one that's got butane because they get hotter and they work much better in cold weather. Let me get rid of the string. Listen, I'm not going to go nuts looking over there. Let's just come over here. I'm going to get one SMA right here. I need an SMA. Here we go. I use this. Now, what this does is this screws into here, because that's an SMA and this is an SMA. And this now goes to, which is called an SO239, that a PL259 will connect to, meaning this connector. This is a PL259. Okay, so now I have this radio hooked up to a meter and an outdoor antenna, which eventually is going to have to get a dummy load out there as well, but for now we'll leave it like it is. The dummy load is not hooked up over here. The radio is charged fully, so that's fine. So that's ready for testing, basically. Alright. First of all, this is a Coast Guard radio. And I'm finding that there's too many chiefs. I'm getting contacted from one. I'm replying to one. And then there's another one contacting me about the exact same thing that the other one contacted me for. So I'm replying to two, the same thing. So I just CC'd them. That's it. Right? There's too many chiefs, and it's making things confusing. They said this radio didn't work. It works. It's just not programmed on the same frequencies that it should be programmed on. There's another one or two that people were complaining didn't work. This is before I even got involved with this. You know what? I bet you they work. They're just not on frequency like this one is. So whoever programmed these did not do it right. And I can't program it because I haven't got the programmer. I need the program to put in my computer in order to program it. Or we got to find somebody that will program them and not charge us for it. Because if they're not related to Coast Guard, and it's a company like Utility Communications or something like that, they're going to want to charge us. Understandably so. Alright, anyway, I turned these on. I don't know if you can see it or not, but they're on. I turned these on yesterday, I don't know, 2:30, 3 o'clock, I don't remember, but I did put it on film or on video, and they're still on. And it's after 3, so it's definitely a 24 hour. However, they did lose a little bit of the brightness, but these are not lights for finding your way. These are more or less a mood type light or a hobby type light that you may want to use. Now, granted, if you have these bunched up someplace and you're in a dark room and you know where you have this, it'll show you the way to where it is. And if you know your house, well, then it'll help with that. But for most, here we go. Now see, the one that's supposed to be handling this is the one that I took his place. Okay, there's 2 batteries in here. How can they afford it? Well, they say they're slave labor over there. You know, they work for 10 cents an hour. Anyway, want to know what is it? It's a looks like a standard 2032. Okay. So I just don't know how they're running this. Are they running it in series or parallel? I don't remember. This was that up. So if that was up, this was down. No. Okay, that means this was down. So that was like that. There's no marking on here to tell me. Don't you love it? Well, I got what do you expect for the money? You can't bitch about this, like I say. Put a few bucks in it. Not even. For the less than a buck that it cost. Okay, so it's coming through at 6 volts, so they are running them. Okay. Okay. So, I see. So if I take this, and this, let me take these batteries out of here. There. Okay, let's put this back in there where it belongs. Let's go over here for a minute. Turn on the old power supply and get a set of jumpers. And where we set? 6, well, a little over 6. I don't want to go that high. Let's run it down to 5. 5 may be too much as well, but we will see. Okay. 5 volts. So it'll take 5, which means it'll take less. Now I'm working through the switch. Okay, so let's see. Let's turn it down. There's 3. Okay. Okay, 5 volts. Now I'm trying to remember what is the average. Well, we know it'll run up to 5 anyway. Let's crank it up a little more. Okay, it's not going to take 6. Okay, I burnt it out of 6. Or did I burn out the switch? The switch should have taken it. Yeah, okay. So we want to keep it around 3, between 3 and 5. So that means this one's bad now. Naturally, I just blew it up. The switch is good, however, so I'm going to keep that. The wire is not worth keeping because each one is connected. Basically, you blow the first one, you blew them all. However, there is no, they are individual. Okay, but anyway, it's not worth keeping this. And it's not worth keeping this. The only thing that's worth keeping is this little switch. I just have to clean off some of that solder and some of the jumpers that are between them. I don't know if you can see that or not, but it's a little jumper right there. Alright, so now I got to get a hold of the commander and bother her on his radios. But she's got enough going on for herself. We have two batteries that are good. And we have one switch. I'm going to leave right there. Shut that computer down. The light came out. I mean, there's really no reason why I can't, as long as I get caught up on everything.